Hello guys, welcome to AR Tutorials. Today is day 15 of solving LeetCode questions daily. Friends, as you know that 4 days back we have started our new array series, and today is day 5 of solving the array series. So we will be continuing with the array questions, and 4 days back till today we have completed 8 questions. Now adding to that, today we will be completing total 10 questions. Today's questions would be little tougher to get into the logical aspect, but when you will see the code you will just blown away that only 3 or 4 lines of code is required to solve this question, which are most frequently asked in interviews. I really guarantee you, if you only focuses on the complexities and focus on the patterns in which we solve the brute, naives, the better and the bestest approach, you will surely be very enhanced minded person. Because whenever you are in interview, just apply this, that if I am in brute I'll apply only loops, if I am in better I'll go for the sets or hash maps or any other data types, if I am in optimal I'll just play with the pointers, I'll just play with the new operators. Like this, it would be very easy for you to crack any interview or any, either if you not give the optimal answer, but using these approaches you will at least give brute and better. So the interviewer might be very impressed that at not optimal but you're trying. That is very important. So let's start with our first question, that is single number. Friends, this logic we have discussed, that how to calculate the single numbers. Just in case, I'll just tell you that how to solve this question. What is a single number? There would be an array in which you have given n number of elements, always an odd elements, and there would be pairs of number, that one number would appear exactly twice, not more than that. You have to find a single number element whose occurrence is only one. So there would be 2 2 4 4 5 5 9 and 7 7. So what you have to return, you have to see that which numbers are there, and you have to return this number which occurrence is single times. So there, without using any extra system, you can solve it. And not in the case that it is in sorted order, we are only going to see that if it is there, it is like this. So which number? This number. So we have to solve it in this way. So I'll just tell you the brute and the better options. I think you should implement it. Either we are only going to solve the optimal, because that is important. Optimal is only important. So let's start up with the brute. So what you will do, brute only requires the loops. So I'll suggest to go for the looping when you are going for the so what it is, this is our array. Just start from this element and count what are the occurrences in element, what are the occurrences in the entire array. Start, and then go with the second. Now start again from the 0th index to n minus 1, checking how many days. Only 2 for loops are required. One for loop would be of I, which will be of 0, and assign that value to that, and one would be the j, which is always with the start from 0 to n minus 1. And what you will check, you will just if check the if I is equal to that number, then just counter plus plus, and this counter you will increase, and at last you will get the counter which is only 1. You will return whose counter is only 1. So this is it, simple. Now you know what is brute only. Now I'll tell you what would be the better. Have you heard about set? Friends, if you haven't heard about the set, I'll just give a brief disclosure about what is the set. Set is basically a data type or a data structure which stores the element in a sorted order, and no repeated elements are allowed. If there are repeated, only single occurrences would be counted, and if you want only the single element to be there, now what you can do, that you can store it in the array, and when the occurrences become double, when you are inserting and you find that it is already inserted, just remove that element and return what is there in the array. It would be tougher to implement, but you are first playing with which complexity? You are playing with the n square complexity. Now when you go with the set insertion has n log n complexity, and it slightly less than the n square. N square is considered to be the worst time complexity. So comparing to that, n log n is a good time complexity. Now coming to the most optimal. This is, you will be very blown away with using this. Have you heard about XOR? XOR is the condition where when you got the two same elements, it would cut the both. If you got two same elements, it would cut the both. Now for this case, if you have this 7 4, this 7 4 2 5 6 6, so what we will do, we will first what we will do, we will first count the XOR of this. Now what the XOR will consist of, it will first XOR with this XOR. Now it will be doing it in the backend with using the binary logic. So for, we'll just briefly say, if there is 2 it will cut 2, if there is 7 it will cut 7, if there is 4 it will cut 4, if there is 5 then we don't have any other thing. So iteratively he finds that there is nothing. If there is 6 it will cut 6. Now he finds that the remaining element is 5 in the place of XOR, so it will, we are going to return this only. This simple it is, very simple it is. Only 3 lines of code is required. Just quickly see the code and I'll move towards the second question today. Okay, so this is the code, very easy. You have first XOR. Now what you will do, just go with the array and iterate through the array. XOR is first 0, then you have to XOR with the ith element. So in the iteration you will get XOR, and at the element, at what we are going to return, if there are similar elements, they will automatically get cancelled, and only the element which has one occurrence will automatically be returned. So this simple logic it is, very simple and very efficient and most optimal. You can see that only in the nth pass, only in the O of n complexity we have passed this. Interviewer will be blown away if he knows that you knows this logic. So this answer is submitted. So we'll go for the maximum consequences. So what is maximum consecutive numbers? Name only tells, you have to tell that what is the length where there are the maximum consecutive numbers. So here there are 2. So 2, okay, there could be a chance of 2, but after a 0 there are 3. So what you have to return, the max of them, the 3, and directly we will go towards the brute. Then after the question, the example 2 says if it is 0, then when the 0 comes, whole count should be 0, because there is of no use. We only want the consecutive zeros, sorry, ones. So if 0 comes here, it would not be consecutive, so it would be again 0. Now we will start from this. Now we got 2, now 0 again, so it will be 0 and then 1. Oh, what was the highest in our count? It was 2. So very easy. So let's directly move towards the code. We'll just check that if the succeeding element is 1, if 1, then counter plus plus. If 0 came, it again becomes 0. Then again we are starting with this, and at last we are using the max counter to calculate the max. So nothing. So first count 0 and this. Now starting from the 0 to I minus 1th index. Now we'll calculate what if my array of I is 1. So if 1, I'll do counter plus plus, and I will calculate the max according to the count. Whatever the count was there, it was 2 1 0. If there was 2 and it is the maximum, it will be saved in the maxi. This is simple logic of the maxi function, max function. And else we are only counting towards 0. If it is not 1, we will again making it to the 0. So at last we will return the max. We will just run. This is so simple. Today we have covered the 2 topics which are basically involved in the logic building. So if you really get to know that how we can build, I really want to tell you that please go for brute and better approaches. If you really have time and to do this, just take a paper, solve it using the brute and better approaches, then compare them, write the time complexity. This is the only way you will go forward, because DSA coding questions are very tough to understand. If you don't understand it, you will never be able to solve it. So if you know in depth that what you are doing, what you are solving, whatever the question will be there, what how deep I can go it would be very beneficial for you in not only I am talking in a short term, so in terms of long term decision also, in your in your growth, in your logic building, this is very, very useful. So today we have completed our two tasks. So array series, we have done 10 questions. I think I will take only 2-3 more, then we'll start with the medium questions. And I'll guarantee you, if you know all the easy questions, medium questions will be a piece of cake for you, because we are just merging and going forward, merging and going forward. We are not directly jumping to it. If you know the easy questions, we are merging and making mediums. If you know medium questions, get to the harder questions. So stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow, or we will be starting, no, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we will be starting medium question series of array. So please stay tuned.